Hello everybody, Late Boy Scout here, giving you a look at the Byrd Cara Cara Rescue. Rescue, huh? So what's different about this from the regular Byrd Cara Cara? Well, as the name implies, it's meant for rescue cutting. I.e., it's got this sort of blunted sheep's foot blade going on. Now this is the plain edge version. This is no longer in production, if I understand correctly. So if you want to find this, you'll have to look to the secondary markets, which I did actually. I found this on eBay. Now, today, if you were to buy one of these retail, you would find the serrated version only. And I believe you can only get the full serrated version. I don't think you can get a partially serrated, partially plain edged, combo edge as they call them. I might be wrong about that. Chime in if you know otherwise. But as you can see, this is simply the plain edge version. Why did I opt for the plain edge instead of that the rescue cutting serrated version? Well, I think the serrated version is probably a good one to have for rescue cutting, to tell you the truth. And my YouTube friend Pelahale, who I subscribe to, and I encourage you to subscribe to, made an awesome video talking about the importance and the virtues of serrated blades. And I'd never really considered any of those points before, but he made, based on his video, I'm like, yeah, I can see the use and the need for serrations in emergency situations. As a knife that's exclusively set aside for emergency use, yeah, I can see serrations as being very useful and needed. And people will argue that they are very hard to sharpen, and therefore, hard to use on a daily basis. And I would agree there, but on a tool that is meant just for rescue cutting, just for emergency uses, I can see that serrations would be pretty valuable. And having you don't really need to sharpen it if you never use it. If you set it aside and it's only there for emergency situations. So I think that a good serrated blade for emergency applications is I give that a thumbs up. However, as you can see, I did not get the serrated version, just plain edge, and that's basically just because I found an awesome price on it. Found an awesome price on this plain edge Cara Cara and thought, well, there's obviously some value, quite a bit of value, in a plain edge rescue knife, and for the price that I got it for, yeah, I couldn't say no. So my intention is to use this for a sort of emergency kit and dedicate it to that emergency kit. Not use it on a daily basis, not use it for EDC at all. Pretty much zero tasks, maybe a tiny bit of testing. Beyond that, it's a rescue / emergency knife, and that's all I'm going to use it for. And I think it excels at that. And I'll go through some of the specs and what you get with this blade, and tell you why I think it's a worthy rescue knife to add to your emergency kit. The overall length of this thing from here to there, it doesn't even fit in frame. Look at that. It's pretty long. 8 3/4 inches. Man, that's almost 9 inches, guys. That's pretty long. Pretty long knife. The blade length alone, and I believe that's as measured from here to there. In fact, I can get a ruler out and just nail that down. Looks like, yeah, that's how they measured it. From tip to the shoulder here, 4 inches. Cutting edge, as you can see, is about 3.5. And it's got that great choke-up choil that I love on a lot of Byrd knives and Spyderco knives that allows you to get so close up there, right up here on top of the handle and right in that little blade sort of collar area, and really, really get up close for your cutting task, Really nice. I really, really appreciate that they add that to so many Spyderco and Byrd knives. I dig it. Handle material, let's talk about the blade steel first. We haven't discussed that. It's on the knife, but it's out of focus. 8CR13 MOV. Analogous to OS 8, they say, and identical to what you get with the Spyderco Tenacious. So that's good steel from all reports. Now, if you close it up, you've got this thing at about 4, and according to the Spyderco's website, 4 and 27/30. Should we just call that 5 inches? close enough to 5 inches that I'm just going to call it 5 inches. How much does this thing weigh? That's one of the really cool things about this. It's only 3.7 ounces. So under 4 ounce, awesome. Easy to throw into a bag and not notice that it's there. If any of you guys are used to carrying something along the lines of or along the weight of the Spyderco Tenacious, this is gonna feel light. Actually, it does feel light compared to the Spyderco Tenacious, which is around 4 ounces if I remember correctly. Now it's got the what they call the, well, it's kind of a Spidey hole, but it's more like a comet shaped thing. I think that's what they call it. I think that's what they refer to it as, sort of the comet hole. If you've heard otherwise, you can tell me. But yeah, it's sort of a comet-shaped thing, which again, I've heard other guys say this, but I think that, you know, since you're looking at dinosaurs on the package, I'm guessing that that's supposed to be a comet kind of thing. You know, comets, dinosaurs. Comets made the dinosaurs extinct. Well, you know, maybe a stretch, but whatever. It works. You know, as long as you practice a little bit. It's a larger, heavier blade. So practice with it and you'll get it. Handle material is FRN. So this is basically the same thing as the Cara Cara Lightweight, which you've maybe seen. I don't have one aside from this one, but that one is, you know, obviously about the same weight, around the same weight, probably a little less because it's got less blade material, I think. But FRN handles no liner going on in there, no stainless steel liner to increase the strength of it. Is that all right, guys? Is that all right to have no stainless steel liner in there? Well, if you lose some weight as a result of it, and you get a decent, nice, strong lock back blade as a result of it, with some no noticeable blade play side to side and none front to back, then I'm going to say that stainless steel liners, what's the point? You know, if you can get this kind of quality and this kind of usefulness without them, okay, I don't need them. I don't need them. I'm happy to not have them. Nice pocket clip here is not too tight. I mean, it's nice and tight. It is tight, tight enough. But I found that as I jam this into my pocket, it doesn't tear it up too much, and it doesn't fight with me. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys know what I'm saying. You try to jam certain knives into your pocket, and they're like, no thanks, I don't want to go in there. But this one is not putting up a fight. So yeah, happy with the pocket clip. And the fact that it's repositionable to the top on either side and the bottom on either side. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like it. And look at that. Oh, see these, that comet shape is kind of echoed in these little holes. I didn't realize that that's what they were. That's very cool. Again, just a little bit of detail to make it look kind of cool. The FRN material is really grippy. It's very grippy on the sides. There's nothing, well, yeah, there's a little bit of jimping there, but it's not super jimping, not super effective right there anyway. But the fact that there's a nice ramp there, okay, it gets you there. It locks your thumb in really tight, forefinger really tight. Yeah, great. You're not going to try to thrust this into anything, obviously, because you've got kind of this blunted tip. What do you use this for anyway? Well, I've seen these used, or at least sort of rescue scissors used, in times when someone has, let's say, a broken leg. I actually witnessed a situation where a guy had fallen off a roof, had a broken leg, bone sticking out, all that stuff. The ambulance guys showed up, and I think they used the scissors. Did they use scissors, or did they have a rescue knife? I can't recall. But the idea is you get that up underneath the clothing, and then you're able to cut away the material without risking sort of poking the person you're trying to rescue, you know, in the leg and injuring them further. That's the idea behind a rescue blade. Also, sort of getting under seat belts and getting that undone without, you know, stabbing somebody in the waist as you're trying to get underneath this and cut them out. So there are a number of uses for rescue blades, and I think that they are useful for almost any other task, to tell you the truth, because it's basically just a kind of a Wharncliffe blade, which many guys use on a daily basis. So, Spyderco made, Byrd, well, Spyderco designed, I suppose, Byrd produced Cara Cara Rescue Pretty good knife, pretty decent knife. As you saw there, I bought 2 of them. One's still in the package, just haven't gotten around to opening it. May not anytime soon, but you know, there it is. Still new in the box. Great blade. And if you're looking for a nice rescue cutter, I highly recommend this one. Add it to your emergency kit, bug out bag, 72-hour kit, whatever you got. Good knife. I'm the late Boy Scout. We'll see you guys later.